Welcome to 3-Minute Elephants with Animal. This week a conversation starter on tax in Japan. I wonder who enjoys working as tax collectors today. There is a story in the Christian Bible that talks about a tax collector who climbed up a sycamore tree to get a glimpse of Jesus. Jesus told him to come down and said that he would stay at his house that evening. A tax collector was not seen in good stead by the wider society. Luke 19 verse 7 states, "The people saw this and began to utter, 'He has gone to be the guest of a sinner.'" Benjamin Franklin said, "In this world nothing can be said to be certain, except death and taxes." Although they are not the only things upon which we can be certain in our contemporary world, taxation of some kind is one certainty for most in nearly every country. Taxes provide toward a government's revenue. This revenue is supposed to be used to pay for a country's services, such as education and health, its military, infrastructure development, and the salaries of the public service, such as the police and bureaucracy, and the politicians. Decisions on how governments use tax revenue are called its fiscal policy. Tax burden for personal income can be regressive, proportional or progressive. Regressive taxes rely on a higher proportion of income coming from the poor folks and less from the rich. Proportional taxes take an equal percentage of income from all people. Progressive tax systems make the richer folks pay more than poorer folks, which is the Japanese system. Take a moment to pause the video and look at the Japanese tax rates. Moreover, if someone is a permanent resident in Japan, they are also liable to pay taxes for any assets abroad. Governments spend a lot of the tax revenue ensuring people pay their taxes, which draws revenue from other valuable services, such as health and education. The people have little recourse to make the government accountable for their diligent use of their tax revenues. Phew. That was a nightmare. According to the Statistics Bureau, the Japanese government's general account spending in 2023 was budgeted at approximately 114.4 trillion yen, a record high. Income tax revenue accounted for 18.4% of the budget, with company tax at about 13% and consumption tax at 20.5%. The government runs a large deficit each year and attempts to cover the gap by issuing government bonds. Japan's bureaucracy is inefficient. The whole country's productivity per hour is 30th of 38 developed countries. This is expected to get worse by 2060. How do we fix the problems? Further increasing the income tax burden disparity on the widening middle classes further fuels the inequalities. A 10% leap on income tax from a salary of 9 million yen to 10 million yen means the tax burden goes from about 2,070,000 yen, a 23% rate, to 3,300,000 yen, a 33% rate, which is a tax increase of 1,230,000 yen. This elephant is presented as a tame problem. It again highlights the problems facing the people in Japan. Taxes and death may be certain, but change is also certain. Japan needs to change. Japan needs to have the conversations outside the bureaucracy, political and financial interests.